born in 1997, I'm good. Oh, I would say 1995. I don't know. 1995. That was like that's not the worst time to be alive. You know what I'm saying? It's not the worst time to be alive. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the worst time to be alive had to be like in like the 18s, the 18 something, bro. That's GG right there. You all types of slavery and all types of, you know what I'm saying?
The world is facing a massive
Crazy.
turmoil all around it, and people aren't really happy with things like wars that don't need to be happening.
Bye-bye, Russia!
Nigga said bye-bye, or that was literally America.
$5 to $10. It don't even be tasting good enough for this price. Little Caesars, y'all know you're wrong for this. People
Facts,
barely
bro.
being able to afford to live. But all things considered, we're probably at the best moment in humanity compared to other times. Which is why we're gonna be looking at the worst
Yo,
times.
Tommy been growing his beard,
Started
bro.
off with none other
You
than
growing that man.
caveman times. The name of
Oh,
it
yeah.
in general gives it away. Caveman time.
Chat, half of the people that live now are not even surviving this.
Consider the least you can
They're gonna
have
die
in
from
life is
starvation.
shelter. Their shelter was a damp cave with all types of insects and bats flying around. You could barely around and risk sleeping because a 20-foot spider might bite your nuts off while you sleep. And could you imagine how sleeping in the winter would have been like? I know.
Oh,
that
yeah,
rock beds
GG,
were
bro.
like ice cubes. The typical day for a caveman is waking up and hoping you weren't eaten by either a saber-toothed tiger, a woolly mammoth, or Elon Musk. Then you had to go out and actually hunt for your food. And unless you're the liver king and hunting bulls then throwing a testes in your breakfast cereal, you probably don't do this. And the worst part too is that their weapons weren't even that good. Like,
Bro,
what
they're
did they
using
have? Spears,
spears,
bows and arrows, hammers.
and fucking knives they were making out of fucking rock that they carved. Yes, GG, bro. That would be the worst time, bro.
We use that shit in Minecraft now to survive. A spear or bow was probably cool to get a little bird or fox, but what the is it gonna do against the Gigantocopatic? Okay, I'm not gonna try to pronounce his name, but this big ass ape, an extinct species of ape that were 10 feet tall and weighed over 1,000 pounds. This must be the
What the
primate
fuck?
Shaq comes from, because ain't no way, dog. You're gonna need about 1,000 arrows to take one of these down. Imagine these lived in modern times with us. The NBA would be paying top dollar to get one of them on their team. But nowadays, we could see one of these creatures and be like, damn,
That shit
that's
crazy. Oh god. I saw this meme earlier today, bro.
You also gotta factor in weather too, because unlike today's tools where we can predict when anything is gonna happen, before they had to take a gamble if their village was gonna be up or taken by a tsunami in the middle of the night. I would turn into a villain if I woke up and the whole village was swept away except for me. And people talk about lifespan being low before modern medicine in the past.
And then people
but
used to lie like,
caveman time.
oh yeah, imagine you
They'd
get
be
sick,
lucky if they
GG.
celebrated their 18th birthday. Doing my inquisiting research with asking a question on Google,
Didn't he
the
die,
average
like-
caveman lived
oh.
to 20 to 25
Damn.
years old, man. He was already considered unk at 12 years old. A caveman could
Nah, that shit crazy. 'Cause, chat, imagine being sick at that time. There's no medicine. If you're sick, that's GG. You might as well just put down the cars, lay down, have a nice slumber, go to bed nicely, eternal slumber. You know what I'm saying? But damn, bro. Or imagine like, no, imagine a bee stings you, or like, not even that. Imagine somebody get infected. You're dead. You're dead. You're just dead. That's GG. That's GG. Yeah, that's literally
just
GG,
catch
bro.
the common cold, and everyone in the village already knew it was GG's. If my caveman homie caught the cold and gave it to me, I'm gonna have to spear his ass first before the cold takes him. Plus, since there was no hygiene like a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, they were dying to basic things we prevent
What the
nowadays, like
fuck?
tooth infections and ass aids. Well, I don't know about ass aids, but a leaf to wipe your ass had to have not been healthy. But the main reason
Yeah,
I
bro.
couldn't live back then, quite frankly, is
GG's?
because everyone was ugly as Like, how am I supposed to be on my Kai Cenat, Duke Dennis, looks maxing, edge mewing, joking type of timing when I look like this? I just keep bashing my face against the wall and hope my proportions smooth out better like handsome Squidward. The next time we got is the medieval times. Now,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a obvious reason I wouldn't survive because, well,
Yeah.
let's just say I wouldn't be
Yeah.
allowed in the town with the regular folks. But it's not like I'd want to because it was not fun. Like, I know I already talked about hygiene with the caveman. but
Oh,
holy
chat. Oh my
dally.
god. Oh my. Wait, yo, chat. Yeah, chat. Think about it. Think about it. Slavery time. Yeah, they didn't even let you take showers. Disgusting. Punani stinking up the whole room. Dick cheese. Terrible. Imagine them knights. Chat. Like the knights fighting in all armor. It's sunny outside. It's beaming on the armor that's full metal. and they have no air, and all steam, all the stench. They know they don't got soap, chat. They don't got soap. When was soap invented? When was soap invented? Like, when was soap, like, in, like, you know, they started using soap. But, bro, they ass stink. I know they ass stink, bro.
At least they died early. There were actual old people in the medieval times. Back then, they used to actually think it was healthier to not shower. Scientists were not the brightest creatures. They thought diseases were caused by smells, and if you took a shower, it opened up the pores for the disease to enter your body. Which has got to be the dumbest conclusion ever, but hey, that's what you get on a diet of stale bread and moldy cheese. I also like me a nice toilet with the sea-ass temp set at 68 degrees Fahrenheit to set forth the environment for my bowels to erupt. But do you know what a medieval toilet looked like? It was a hole in the ground. And after people finished doing their business, they would just throw their outside. Imagine walking to school or work in the morning and you get hit by 5 pounds of diarrhea from above. And in medieval times, you better hope you don't get caught with doing a heinous act like being a traitor, being black, because their torture methods were out of pocket for no reason.
Fucking cut your head off.
Historical side of YouTube, you've already seen how wild they could get. And the names give them away of the torture devices. Like, what type of joyous object would be called the breast ripper? The worst one to me is the rack, where they tie—
The breast ripper? Nah, that's terrible. Chat, I don't even want to think about it. The breast ripper? The metal was literally going from under the titty, ripping it from the top, ripping it from the under all the way to the top, and pulling out. Yo, shit, you got 4 titties, 4, my nigga. They splitting your shit in half. GG. You're not surviving because they don't know how to pass that shit up except stitch that shit one by one. Oh yeah, GG.
Tied you to a mechanical device that rotates and slowly stretched out your body until every bone.
Yo, chat, don't they use this shit? They use this shit for legs. Like, there's leg surgery. I'm sorry for pausing so much, but you know there's leg surgery, bro. There's like they use this shit for like people that are short and they want to get surgery to get taller. They stretch out their legs to like four more inches, I guess, 4 more inches. But no, that shit crazy, bro. And they gotta learn how to walk again, and you know what I'm saying? Kind of crazy.
Bone broke and you ripped in half. If they bring this back as a torture method, never in my life am I even attempting to do the pettiest crime. I'm gonna be the most stellar citizen the government has ever seen. I'll always make sure to cross the street on a crosswalk, and I'll always make sure to go exactly the speed limit, not risking. And it's not like they even did it for only extreme criminals. If you simply had a different religious belief, they was finna call you a witch and put you on it pronto. Honestly, I don't even know why you would even tell them you have a different religious belief. Like, you just gotta be stupid. Also, people think politicians and world leaders are corrupt now, but could you imagine back then? You could probably give a king the wrong look, and if he's already mad that day, he'll just send you to be executed. And if I was a king, honestly, I'd probably do that too. Like, if I see some dude in the kingdom that looks handsome and might be a threat to my pulling abilities, I'm gonna have him executed. Game is game. And it's not like anyone would do it
game is
king. If they tried, they would barely have a chance. You would try killing a king, a knight would stop you, then put you through the most excruciating torture to ever exist.
Take him to Detroit. No!
We also thought quarantine was bad and staying 1.5 years or 2 years inside was excruciating. But in medieval times, they had the Black Plague and...
Oh yeah, the Black Plague, yeah, GG, bro.
You really shouldn't be complaining. You were waking up every day and bodies were dropping left and right like no tomorrow. One day it was your homie's grandmother gone. The next day it was your grandmother gone. This plague took out 50% of the population. Imagine right now we went from 8 billion to 4 billion. Honestly, I wouldn't mind some of y'all freaks being taken out before.
Some of y'all freaks.
You know? And their plague was 7 years. Also, the doctors were not helping back then because why did they choose this as their outfit? They look creepy as f. No way in hell I'm letting these dudes get near to help me with my medical predicaments. They couldn't have chose a scarier costume to go with. What were they thinking? Imagine being an innocent child and having the Black Plague, then this thing comes to aid and consulting you. I'ma just say my prayers to my Lord and Savior.
Yeah, bro.
The next times we got is segregation times. And if you're not of a melanated skin tone, well,
What
congratulations.
did that sign say?
God is segregation times.
White waiting room. Nah, yeah, bro. Bad times, bro. Bad times.
And
Bad
if you're
times.
not of a
Bad times,
melanated
bro.
skin tone, well, congratulations.
Bad
You get a
times, bro.
one-time pass for this portion of the video to relive it. Let me give a shout out real quick to the GOATs. MLK, Rosa Parks,
My goats.
Malcolm X.
My
Because
goats,
without them,
chat.
you wouldn't
My
be
goats.
watching this video of me. Either that or there would be a black-only YouTube and white-only YouTube. So, I don't know. Maybe you would be watching it. I would have been pissed off living back then because the hassle you had to get anything while segregated was absurd. Like, we already know everything was separated by black and white places only. But then imagine how many actual black businesses you could go to. The hassle you had to go through alone to be able to open a business was almost impossible. As soon as they saw the race listed on the business application, you know they did not give a fuck. If you had to get a life-threatening surgery, you might as well just end it there because there were about 50 people in line in front of you. And even if you did manage to get something luxurious like a car back then, you was getting pulled over every time you drive. You probably couldn't even use the car at nighttime anyways because sundown towns. Which for y'all that don't know are towns
Yeah,
that ban
bro.
non-white people from coming in after sundown. Imagine you don't know and randomly drive into the town a minute after sundown and catch a beating. I'd be pissed. And a beating is probably the lightest punishment they'd consider. I'd also be mad too
Yeah,
because I
bro.
wouldn't be able to talk to one of my white homies half the time. You couldn't hang out at the same school, hotels, bars, restaurants, parks, basically anywhere that was fun. The
Anywhere
only place
that
we
was
would be able to talk is
this.
probably a damn grass field in the middle of Iceland. And if your love happens to be of another race as well, they
Oh, yeah,
definitely
bro.
let that pass. You finna get banished from the family.
Didn't
Why do you think
they-
you've never seen an old light-skinned person? Really question yourself. Have you ever seen an old light-skinned person? They wasn't breeding them until like 50 years ago. It wasn't allowed. Thank the heavens
50
they
years
allowed it, or
ago.
else we would have never gotten my pookie wookie trachey snakey. You could be walking down the street
My
normally
Pookie
doing your own
Wookie
thing, and
Drake.
randomly someone
Okay,
is calling
buddy.
you the hard R like it's Call of Duty. And unlike Call of Duty where you can talk back, you couldn't risk doing it because you know the cops are not taking your side.
So what are you
get the
doing
life
here, sir?
sentence if you think of speaking back. Crazy thing is, some people act like this was like 500 years ago or something.
That shit was
Civil
literally
Rights Act
like-
got passed 60 years ago. Some
You
people
know what I'm saying?
alive were in their 20s, 30s, and 40s when it got passed. And of course, the last time we got is World War II because no. Now World War II was one of
Yeah.
those times where every group had it bad. First, you had to get drafted to a war you didn't want to fight. Like, I don't got no problems with anyone. Why the f am I fighting? These presidents got to start fighting in a boxing ring or something because I'm not fighting with some
Are they fighting
and
in
patriotism was extra
quicksand?
crazy before because kids were dead ass lying to get drafted and fight for the country. I'm doing the exact opposite of this happen. Whatever means it takes to not be drafted, I'm doing it. If I gotta lie about my age and act 12 years old, I'm doing it. If I gotta go up in a political position and be safe, I'm doing it. If I gotta act like I'm sped for years, I'm doing it. And it's even
Yo,
worse
chat,
for
didn't we watch a didn't we watch a short film? Wait, what's that short film? It's to make a what's that YouTube channel? It's like Make Tomorrow a Better Place. Is that it was like he got drafted and then he started to act like he started to act, in a wheelchair, and then his mom shot the guy when he found out he wasn't mentally disabled. Bro, like this is white RTC kids' favorite time. Nah, that's
other
crazy.
wars like the Vietnam War because they would announce
RTC
the
kids,
draft
I
on
was
live
cool with a lot of
TV,
RTC in my
whatever
school.
birthday
Chat,
was,
y'all had
you were
an
getting
RTC in y'all
drafted.
school,
They
bro?
treated it like it's the NFL or NBA draft. Imagine watching this live and them going, okay, and the draft we have for the Vietnam War of 1972 is going to be okay, I'm March 3rd. Please don't be me. Please don't be me. Please don't be me. March 4th. Oh. Guess I'm good after all. There's been a mistake in the announcement, but we meant March 3rd. Fuck! Patriotism
Yeah,
really
fuck.
worked back then because all they knew was what the TV played and what the government said. Being on a warfield for months and not knowing when you're gonna either get sniped, hit by a 5-foot tank shell, captured by the
Damn.
enemy, and being tortured for weeks wasn't really the best living times for people. And if you were
Yeah, bro.
Japanese, well, I mean, you know how that story goes. Japan was ruthless though, not gonna lie, but could you imagine you're drafted into the Japanese military and the job they assign you is as a kamikaze? There was no age limit to this job either. They gave this job to teenagers. Your fate is already destined that you're dying. What do you even do at that point? A nigga like me would have to dip in the middle of the mission and just let the plane crash in the ocean.
Oh,
I feel
God,
like it
bro.
would
I
be
don't-
way easier
like-
nowadays to get people to do it though. You could recruit by looking for some emo kids or a sad edit TikTok comment section, people that
What
wouldn't
the
mind
fuck
losing
is
their life
what?
and if you were Jewish,
that real?
well, I mean,
Is that Rick Ross,
comment
Ugla?
section, people that wouldn't
I said
mind.
Rick Ross. Oh my god. That nigga Drake got me on some other shit. Is that Rod Wave? Is that Rod Wave doing that porch jump shit? I just call this nigga Rod Wave Rick Ross. Same sizes, same calibrations and shit. Same sizes and shit. I mean, same thing. Imagine hitting someone with the back just bro, I don't know, bro. That shit fucking crazy.
In their life anyways. And if you were Jewish, well, I mean, you also know how that story goes. And after being forcibly drafted to the war, you'd come back home and still be broke. With all that PTSD you got, it was probably hard to work any job. You couldn't work in a restaurant because you get PTSD from oil popping from the fryer. You couldn't work a factory job because you get PTSD from all the loud machines. You couldn't work as a corn star because you get PTSD from all the clapping. And even if you do get paid, it's barely enough to scrap by. There's no reason we should have homeless veterans. So yeah, guys, even though the world...
That is a problem today, bro. There is a lot of homeless veterans that are broke and sitting homeless on the streets, in big cities. Sometimes they do have, you know, some money to the side. That's why a lot of military people, they get married, they get a house in the Air Force or Air Force base or the military base or the Army base. It's the same thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why they like to get married before they even join. You know what I'm saying? Because then the mother. Then the wife gets money, and you know what I'm saying, bro? I don't know.
Then things seem like they're always getting worse. At least you didn't have to.
You know they're making the homelessness illegal now.
Follow me on Twitter.
What, they're gonna start
Instagram,
giving out people houses,
As always,
apartments?
I love you guys consensually. And until next
Like
time,
what the fuck?
I'm out.
Tommy NFG is my goat, chat. One of my goats, bro. Great fucking video. Great fucking guy, man. Great fucking guy.